Hi, this is the new Anna. I've been really rediscovering myself, and today I'm going to talk about or give relationship advice. You know, for a long time, I chose poor people. And in me rediscovering myself, I realized, from a child, I, I manifested subconsciously the relationships I had as a child. And I grew up in a very dysfunctional family. It was very chaotic. I've went through extreme day-to-day changes, day-to-day emotional changes, day-to-day physical. It was always in extremes. So now in rediscovering myself, it's like now I've been noticing my voice change, even the tone, how I come at people now. You know, having to exert all that emotion all the time for a long time, you don't think that plays into now, you know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Some people gonna do some really bad things to you. And it'll kind of have you questioning yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. You gotta understand some people. And what I mean by that is you'll always have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you're always going to get where that person is coming from. But to understand somebody means to listen. That means you listen to what they were saying and you sat back. I tell people sometimes when I sit back on some of those decisions that I made, and I said, damn, if I was sitting in that person's shoes and I did the same exact thing I did to them that they did to me. Let me phrase that. When I sit back and look at it and I say, if they did to me what I did to them, they would have fucked me up. I don't even know if I look at myself the same. How could I justify that? That's why I'm very apologetic. I've been really learning, it's not easy healing. I ain't gonna even sit here and tell you. It's not, because when certain people do things to you, it's hard. I can definitely say I've healed from a lot, though. The way a lot of those people did me, I let it go. Some things I still struggle with. But definitely the things that once broke my heart, I let it go. What I tell people is always appreciate the people who say I'm sorry. Because you don't get that. Most people do you wrong, won't even acknowledge you. They won't text, call, leave you wondering, leave you hanging, make you question, damn, so they saying I deserve that injustice. Some people want you to do things for them and they wouldn't do that for you. And you see, that's confusing because you didn't even understand what you just said. You were like, wait a minute. This person won't do things for you that they wouldn't do for them. So you start thinking wait a minute. So they're not even doing it for themselves. How the hell am I going to expect them to do it for me? I tell people this. Certain things, certain people got to heal from. just by themselves. And that's what this journey has really taught me, like genuinely. It's really taught me how to really love myself. Because, out of all those heartbreaks, I tell people you don't think about the chance of getting to just know you. You lose yourself sometimes in people, in situations. Coming from a controlling environment, it now leads me to see how I chose controlling people. But I'm not a controlling person. I tell people, just because I had a bad life, I think when I tell people about me and they hear all these dark things, they think I'm a dark person. But I'm actually not. What I try to say is, because I've already known how it feels, I'm just trying to say don't do it. For a long time, I held on to that. I know I deserve that apology. And I wanted my justice the way I wanted my justice. But then God said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And that really meant a lot to me. Because one thing I admire about myself, that's the beauty of when you kind of stay alone for a while. You start noticing some of the way you talk, some of the way you're reactive, some of the way you think, some of the way you feel, some of the way you perceive. It's not even you. That's that person that you was around and hanging around with. I believe that there are good influences and bad influences. It's this young woman, Krishan Rock. I'm not interested in what her relationship is about. At the end of the day, whatever she has going on is what she has going on. We don't know her backstory. When I look at her and I hear how she speak, that baby hurting. She hurting so bad. She just wants somebody to listen. You can hear it in her voice. It's so much pain now. And she just wants somebody to see it. She's lonely. And she's looking for it to lean on, to truly listen to. I feel like Krishan Rock had a lot of bad influences. And I feel like if she was around good influences, she would do just fine. She is very beautiful. And I don't mean like physically, but I mean like when you sit there and just hear some of the shit some of the things that she really be saying, it's actually really beautiful. Like, she be talking about some real things. Like, that's why when she says some things, I don't always agree with her. But I can definitely say I admire how she's standing her own strength and she really don't care what people think about her. Not saying she's inhumane, because I'm pretty sure some things hurt her. But Krishan is when you look at some of her actions, she's very caring. And I see a woman who's just been hurt so much. It's like when you get hurt that much, you don't want to keep trying. It hurts you at some point. But just seeing at how far she's come, like, I've seen some positive mental growth there. That's why I like watching her. Because just sometimes watching her, I learn a lot about how she thinks for real, and how she really be saying she's a very authentic person. She's very authentic, and I see a lot of people hate that. People hate people who tell the truth and don't give a fuck. That's what I love about her. She is, when you look at some of the things what she be saying, like when she said, "I'm gonna clean you up," I ain't even gonna lie. She did the dishes. I'm not even gonna, like, everybody gonna have their opinion, but I'm not gonna, like, in that instance, she was cleaning her up. Like, I ain't gonna, I sat there and said, yo, that shit was lit as fuck. She said, "I'm gonna clean you up." I said, oh, wait, because she said that was so good when she said, nah, that was the that joke was fire. But it's like, it's cool because, like, it just showed me, like, how, see, people judge her, and that's what people do with me. Like, people judge her and they don't give her a chance. Like, I feel like everybody got this repetition, this image, this perception of her. And I have not, like, I've really seen her, and I don't think half of those things about her. I think, if anything, she is a bright, beautiful soul and a young woman. She has really, actually bright energy about her. Past all of what is being portrayed about her, she has a very, I've seen, like, I see it. She has a very bright energy about her. And what I'm just here to tell you is, like, just don't let nobody shake you. You know, I really know, like, it get lonely. You know, you can sit there and then you think, like, damn, like, I'm tired, I don't want to keep going. And I'm here to tell you, like, it's really worth it in the end. You know, the way I have transformed, truly, don't get me wrong, I have my days, but I am 75% happy. And that's a whole lot more than what a lot of people can say. I'm genuinely happy. You know, when I wake up now, I actually am not, like, I feel not scared. And I breathe. Like, I tell, like, that's what I tell people, like, my story, yeah, it's dark. Yeah, but the point of it is, it was dark, but look where I'm at now. I have a peace of mind. I'm telling you, like, it's worth changing and taking risk and making leaps of faith that you know that you're only going to get one time. Like I told people, you only get certain things once in a lifetime. You don't get that ever again. And when it's gone, it is gone completely. So that's why I tell people, don't sacrifice something indefinite and infinite and everlasting for something you know is going to last for a moment. Take that thing that you know you're going to cherish to the day you die. You know, it's just beautiful. Life is really beautiful when you heal and you grow. I'm hoping to meet people who can heal and who can grow, so that I can let my story be a message of not survival, of making it past survival. Because that's where real life is at. Like, life is not about money. Life is about being genuinely happy with life. You waking up not smiling physically, but in your soul, in your spirit, in your mind, in your heart. And that's why I tell people I'm not a superficial person. I love a person for who they are. Things come and go, but love is infinite. And I tell people, just because people showed you a bad example of love doesn't mean that that's your example. That's their example. This is what I tell people. If two people break up and they're both flourishing, that lets you know that they just wasn't right for each other, right? Now, if two people break up and one is doing really, really poorly, and one is doing really, really good, then one person was not good and one person was. And that's just That's how the math is. That is the equivalency to 2. So when you subtracted the one who was making, it was like you ever did 1 plus 0 and it's still 2. You like, wait a second, hold on. It's like 2 people on his lease, but 1 person on his check, 1 person who making it work. It's like it's not working though. It's not working. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not working though. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I started to realize, like, if 1 plus 1 now is 2, but before it was 1 plus 0 equal 2, then clearly, like, that's why I tell people, like, I be hearing it. Like, I be really trying to understand. I'm a very understanding person, right? Rata-ta-ta-ta. And I say, me, 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 me. And then they be like, rata-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And I'm like, so this if I understand. Me, me. And then they say, rata-ta-ta. You see how that's equivalent? So then it's like, okay, let's remix it. Rata-ta-ta-ta. And then this is me trying to understand them. Me. And then that's when I'm like hearing them. So then I go back and be like, okay, let me check myself. So let me see if I said this to myself the way they said it, how they said it, what they did to me, would I react this way? So the first one was me understanding. But then it's like the second, this is me not understanding. I'm like, wait a second. This is the rata-ta-ta-ta calculator. So you like, beep, 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 rata-ta, but beep, 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 rata-ta-ta, beep, 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 ta-ta-ta, rah, wait. And then you're like, okay, rata-ta. Like, this you in your head. And then like, sometimes you gotta laugh at a bitch. Be authentic, like, you know, when you add that rata-ta-ta-ta calculator up, and it was rata-ta bullshit nonsense, you like, you know, somebody just come to see you with the bullshit, and you be like you don't even know what to say. Like, ain't nothing to say. So it's just like, cause like, I never start the drama. Okay, like I really be unbothered. I really be minding my own business. I don't want to be in nobody's personal business. You know, I feel like it is important to have boundaries in life. I feel that, you know, you never live your individuality. Like, I'm a person, I love my individuality. I just can't be with someone. And I'm like, wait a second. I still need my me time. Like, I don't know. I need my me time. My time. Okay. What I'm saying is, I will always love you. I will, like, you know, I know where home is at. We always gonna go to bed together. But I'm saying, like, during the day when I'm doing what I'm doing to make the money, this is what I tell people. If we working towards the same goal in a different way, that's okay. That's literally the same thing, right? But if we both working towards the same goal in a different way, but it's coming out as different, that's not equivalent. So y'all just like, it's like a triangle and a square instead of a circle and a circle. You know what I'm saying? It's like a circle is whole, and if the circle can be split, right, it's still equally equivalent. See, like, I don't know if you ever noticed, but like going in school, you ever realize they said certain like shapes couldn't actually be equivalent because it was missing. It had to be equivalent, like 2 and 2. And that's what odd numbers are made for. You ever realize, like, when you see odd numbers, it's out of balance. Because it's like, it's always going to be that leftover. But when you see numbers like 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 8, every time you split that shit is still equivalent. So what I'm saying, if the bitch math ain't mathing, you start add. This is what I do. This is the after that was the Ratata. It's a spiritual calculator. Now this is the real life calculator. You be like, okay, so wait a second. We just not finna play these games. We just finna lay the sauce down. Cause it's like when I was working, you wasn't check. When I was washing the dishes, you wasn't check. So we put the floor not doing check. That's when I started doing, girl. I started to subtract the cookie. Cause I'm like, wait a second now. Wait, who can say if I pay the water? That's what I'm saying. And then if you ain't washing the dishes, you be like, wait a second, how the fuck we gonna eat? Then it's like, wait a minute, who got money to be eating all the time? Come on, man. Who is trying to waste money like that? And I'm like, so I can't even get a meal with the groceries I'm buying. So that's another deduction. It's like you gotta start doing deductibles on these things. Okay, just like the car deductible, you gotta deduct you, boo. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what I say, like, never get yourself lost in a relationship. Always love yourself. And I feel like that's what these past relationships has taught me. I have been doing amazing, actually. You know, I actually love the way I look now. I've met some actually wonderful people. They are heart fulfilling. They are wonderful people. And a lot of them made my day. A lot of them really encouraged me without even knowing it. And they really showed me that it is still good people out here. And it's still good, genuine people. And that's why I tell people my life story is just a testimony. To show people that even though the odds are stacked against you, that don't mean that's it. You make your story. You make what you want to do, who you want to be. Everybody's always going to have their opinion, baby. I'm the type IDGAF. Don't care about that. Everybody always going to say something at the end of the day. Everybody always going to yap. That's why when people be yapping at me, chirp, 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 I be like, okay, that was it? Was there more? Like, I'm the type of person, like, if it's really a genuine problem, I'm gonna, like, work it out with you. I could be like, okay, I forgive you, because I understand that. But you ever know how the bitches in the back be barking roof, and then you be like, girl, like, I'm really not even trying to fight. Like, I literally said what the problem was, and you literally arguing with yourself. Like, that's why I tell people, like, look, I'm never finna argue with you. I'm never finna argue. I'm finna be like this. And then I'm just gonna be like, okay. Because it's like, what I really saw, like, you know how people betray you. And you be like, wait a second. You just know that was just straight up wrong, what you did. That was just wrong. That's just wrong. And it's like, I said, okay, I didn't ask you to apologize, you know. I tell people this. Respect me in public. You ain't gotta respect me in private. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm a loyal person. I know that I'm a loyal being. I know that I will never betray somebody's trust. When they tell me something, I'm gonna keep that shit confidential. You know, I'm not out here, like, when I lose people I love, of course it hurt. You know, I'm a human being. But when I let it go, though, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, there is life beyond hurting. You know, and I felt like, that's why I tell people, of course, I always understand where you are at in the pain. I've been in pain a long time before I got out of it. And sometimes I'm still learning. The goal in life is not to ever completely heal. It's to heal enough to function, to be alive. Nobody wants to work all their life. Wake up to breathe, and there's life beyond working. No matter how you get to that point, that's why I say everything is different for everyone. But that don't mean you can't fall in love with someone who's different. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. That is not the problem. It's about how you both think, how we both are, how you both generate. It's about sometimes opposites do attract because they work so well. Sometimes you can't pick up when one person lack, another person gain, and that shit bounce off indefinitely forever. There's love like that. And sometimes people are just the same and there's love like that. But when it's just 1 + 3 = 2, is that's clearly that's just not the one for you. It's like you just gotta understand, like, it is like I made poor decisions before, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a living witness. Like, I always understand what people go through. That's why I try to listen, and I always try to listen first, because that's where you understand people. And sometimes people try to make you feel obligated to giving a bleep bleeps about somebody, and it's like, no, girl, what I said is that I don't give about you, and it's like, it's up. Like, nobody, like, we just need to dead the situation that was already dead. Like, let's stop playing the merry-go-rounds. I'm off it. Like, that's why I tell people, like, my accent is changing. But when I get mad, I could just feel where I'm from. Like, I'm from the hood, too. Like, I learned, like, you got to be certain, you can't do that everywhere. Okay, that's not appropriate. Now, when you dealing with some situations, you be like, they trying to rally the girl. Because some people really trying to rally your girls. Like, they be really trying to, like, over there, you be like, just God be working on me. God, he been working on me. Okay. So I'm just like, I can't rally the girls. But you got that one. So I just learned, like, never let nobody push them buttons. But don't let a beat boop you. Touch your face and you sit there letting them whoop. Like, this is what I say. I ain't gonna never fight. I'm just too classy to fight. Like, you say you gonna fight for it. Like, what I tell we will also, how did it get to the point of us fighting? I'm saying, like, what did I do? Because I'm a very calm person. So it's like, when somebody really want to rally the girls, I really try to be like, wait, I'm really, like, for a second, I'm really, like, trying to understand, like, what did I do? That's what I'm like, I'm really trying, like, that. It's like, I feel like that's why I be losing the mad. That's how I learned how to actually not be angry no more. Because I used to have anger problems, but I'm so much better now. I'm never angry no more. It's like, so that's what be getting me, like, I'm really communicative. So it's like when somebody's coming at me saying they want to beat my ass, it's like, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I'm really like, that's really, it's like, wait a minute, you said, okay, I understood your feelings, but then you said you finna beat my ass. When did this, like, occur? Like, when did we have a confrontation that warned you said that you feel like you got so bad at me that you need to beat my that shit be blowing me, dog. Like, it never blow me, though. I be just sitting there like, okay, like, I just be laughing genuinely, like, not trying to be insulting nobody. But it's just really funny because it's like, I don't understand. But yeah, I'm gonna end this. I wish everybody the best. I hope this really touches somebody's heart. I hope that my story or give this or whatever this video could give you something, motivation, inspiration, that life is beautiful. And I want to encourage everybody to keep going. Though you may get tired, though you may get weary, God got you and somebody got you. You know, whether that be a man with a man, woman with a woman, man with woman. Love is love. So I'm going to end it on this note. See you later.